It's game 45 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our dear pals over at Zappos. The Party Animals at 18-14-2, coming off a 4-2 win against the Bananas on Thursday night. Take on the Nanners, who are an even 500, 21 wins, 21 losses, 2 ties. And looking to pick up only their 4th win on the tour against the Party Animals here in the friendly confines of historic Grayson Stadium. We're not playing disc golf tonight. It's disc golf tonight. It's banana ball. Let's take a look at how the Nanners align defensively. From left to right in the outfield, Michael Deeb, D.R. Meadows, Danny Hosley in the infield, third to first. Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Dalton Malden, Eric Jones Jr. Bill Leroy is behind the dish, and his partner in Banana Land for the past 6 years, Cowboy Kyle Lewigs on the mound.
And boy, is it good to see Bill Leroy back working with Kyle Lewigs. Last Saturday, that was the first time on the Banana Ball World Tour that Bill Leroy had not caught Kyle Lewigs. The guys are looking forward to this attack, seeing if Kyle Lewigs can pick up a win here against the Party Animals tonight.
Let's dig a little deeper on the pride of Richmond Hill, Georgia, Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, who was in the booth with us a couple nights ago. Now he gets his tour-high 19th start this evening, 90 1/3 innings. That paces all pitchers, as well as the 68 strikeouts and 112 hits allowed. The 5.88 ERA may look bad to some, but it is below the tour average.
Yeah, below the tour average at 6.12. And Kyle, again, a 97 ERA plus this season. As close as you can come to being a tour average pitcher. The tour average, of course, 100. And here's something to note about Kyle. A 3-minute and 27-second average MPI in his last start. That was his 2nd lowest average of the season. He had a 309 on March the 10th in Savannah as well.
Coming off his 3rd Showman of the Night award on the tour after 6 scoreless against the Aussies. But Reese Hampton, the terror that he is, leading the tour with that .425 batting average, will be the first mountain to climb for Kyle. Then Jake Skoll, Bryson Bloomer, and Dalton Cornett. Doesn't get a whole lot easier. Tanner Thomas, Breland Almadova, Chase Acuff, Jason Swan, Sam Claycamp, and Dustin Baber round out the order. Here is Jesse Cole.
Fans, it's time. So on 3, I need everyone here to yell, "Start the clock." 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Showtime indeed, Jesse. Hampton, Skoll, and Bloomer, as terrifying a trio as you can find in Banana Land. And Kyle, who has had some excellent starts on the tour and has really cruised after the first inning. This has been a house of horrors as far as all innings go for Cowboy Kyle. And there is the promised fastball to start the ball game off. And the count quickly 2-0 on Reese Lightning. Get a quick look at Reese's numbers. They are video game-esque. Leading the tour in batting average, his .487 on base percentage. He is also pacing all hitters, as are his 15 doubles and 49 runs scored.
And he's just such a tough out, especially against Kyle Lewigs. He's batting .424 against Kyle this season, as there's a ball for a sprint, and Reese thought that was going to be a called strike there from Vincent Chapman. He's only going to get first base here. Surprising there for Reese.
Let's take a look over at our third base camera here as Emerson Elmgren, the Iron Horse of BTV, worked the third base camera for one batter tonight, but as it's her birthday tomorrow, she gets the rest of the evening off, gets to be a fan. Happy early birthday, Emerson. Congratulations on your 132-game streak of working for BTV continuing.
I mean, it's unbelievable. We thought Emerson was going to lose the streak. She was scared about it. We were saying she might be the aluminum horse, and she was like, no, I've got to remain the Iron Horse. Her work ethic, the fact that she came in here tonight, just huge for BTV, Biko.
Huge for the Bananas that they were able to keep one of the fastest guys on the tour to just a one-base sprint. And in Cowboy Kyle's defense, that last pitch was a strike to Reese Hampton. Trackman had it in the zone. Vincent Chapman disagreed with the call of our pitch tracking system here in Grayson Stadium. As Kyle with a nice two-seam fastball by Skoll. That one misses just a hair down and a full count on the 15th overall pick in the 2010 draft by the Texas Rangers. Hampton takes off, and the payoff is popped left side. Michael Deeb with a beat on it, and plenty of room to make the snag in fair territory. That is a huge first out for Cowboy Kyle after he did not get any breaks from Vincent Chapman in the first batter of the game.
Yeah, with Jake Skoll taking Kyle Lewicks deep multiple times this season and here within Grayson Stadium, that is a big first out for a guy batting .419 against Kyle on the season.
4 of Skoll's Party Animals team high 8 home runs have been against Cowboy Kyle. Now he faces his Coastal Plain League teammate from the summer of 2021. 2 of them teamed up to win the Pettit Cup Championship. Bloomer did it again in 22 for the Nanners, and now he has gone to the dark side of Banana Land. Third baseman hitting .379, third best on the tour. Only behind Dan Oberst and Hampton, who currently occupies first base. A .462 on base percentage, 1043 OPS. He has been an insane addition to the Party Animals as he fouls off the 0-2 offering.
Yeah, and with Kyle facing Bloomer here, a guy who's had some success against Kyle, specifically on the fastball, Kyle's really going to try and pound some sliders here against Bryson Bloomer and see if he can get a strikeout.
There goes Reese, cutting a miss, throw from Bill, not in time. Hampton in just ahead of the tag from Dalton Malden, and he is now 14 for 17 on the tour in his stolen base attempts.
And what's surprising, that's Reese's first stolen base here in the month of June. Again, you talk about what a terror he is on the base pass. It's also good to see the romp hymns. They're not going to stop the Bananas or the Party Animals from swiping some bases tonight.
That's a fact. Head first slide with not much protecting those legs that can move so quickly. And now Dalton Cornett with Hampton on second base and 2 down. The Party Animals catcher. Quick 2-0 count as Kyle tries to quick pitch the second-year Party Animal. It's been superb as well, hitting .333, a .424 on base percentage. And that one back up the middle, past the dive of Ryan Cox. Hampton is going to score, and the missed strike call from Vincent Chapman does come back to bite Kyle, and that is just about as tough as it comes for Mr. Lewiggs. When Hampton's coming in here hitting .761 in the month, you make a good pitch. You put such a fast guy on, he then, of course, makes the steal of second base, and Cornett capitalizes on the missed call.
Yeah, it's unfortunate execution for sure. It's an unfortunate situation for Kyle. But what's important to note here is Tanner Thomas comes up with a nice strut and a kiss to the mound. It's important to note Kyle needs to get ahead in counts. He's only thrown 1 first pitch strike to start this ball game. He's going to need to focus on doing that a little more, which will help him generate some outs in this ball game.
Looks like the bodacious badonkadonk of Tanner Thomas has caused Breland Almodovar, Joe Lytle and company to lose consciousness for a little bit here, as Cornett leads off first, and Mr. Tinder Thomas, the right fielder, with a 1-0 count. And now ahead 2-0, hitting .308 with a .356 on base percentage in his second campaign with the Party Animals, after he was a Banana in 2018 and 2019. Swinging away, fastball at 89 miles an hour, fouled off.
And Tanner giving a little tap of the tush there, trying to get himself back in the groove here in the box. By the way, Biko, he has multiple hits this season with that tuchus stuffed.
Pass ball on Bill Leroy. You don't see that very much with a battery combination here that have been thrown to each other for the past 7 years, dating back to their freshman campaigns up in Dahlonega at the University of North Georgia. And now in their 6th year together as Nanners, 4 collegiately, 2 as pros. Tanner lifts it to Danny Hosley, who puts it away. And once again, a tough call hurts Kyle Lewicks, but he's able to pitch around it. Just 1 run for the Party Animals. as the Nanners will need 1 run to tie the inning, 2 runs to win it. And we'll have DR Meadows, Eric Jones Jr., and Michael Deeb due to swing it against Dylan Porter. Let's take a look at how the Party Animals align defensively. In the outfield, left to right, Breland Almadova, Reese Hampton, and Tanner Thomas. In the infield, third to first, Bryson Bloomer, Chase Acuff, Dustin Baber, their trick play leader, and Jake Skoll over at first base. Dalton Cornett behind the dish, Dylan Porter on the bump.
And boy, did we see the Party Animals put on a show in the trick play department in the last game. 104 trick plays this season. They had 7 the other night, 5 of which came from their outfielders.
And then you take a look at what Dylan Porter has done on the tour. 52 innings pitched, a team high 4th overall, only behind Luigs, Donaldson, and Dearman. When you throw the Bananas into the mix, great MPI, 4 minutes and 16 seconds he is averaging per inning thrown. And that 4.5 ERA, 3rd best on the tour, 2nd best on the team. He has been mighty consistent with a really big sample size. And you get a look at how the Nanners will line it up against him. I mentioned DR, EJ, and Deeb at the top. Dan Oberst cleaning it up. Dakota McFadden behind him. Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Bill Leroy, Danny Hosley, and Dalton Malden will round out the order.
Yeah, great to see Dalton Malden get the start at second base. Kind of feels like his bat might be heating up at the bottom of the order for the Bananas. Already 2 hits and 2 runs scored here in the month of June.
And he's 1 for 1 with his brand new beach bleach blonde hair. As DR will mosey his way into the box. 2022 Collegiate Banana. His incredible summer has been well documented. 26 steals and as many tries in just 20 games played. Helped Savannah go back-to-back, winning their 3rd CPL championship in 6 years where it was available. And a 2-seamer down and in, misses the zone, just barely. Low Trackman did have it as a strike, and now DR is plunked. 3rd time he's been hit on the tour, and boy, he takes a tumble and is going to get a walker from Jared Donaldson to help bring his now clearly injured body the 90 feet to first base.
And DR kind of dragging his left leg behind him. Oh no, he's okay. He's going to sprint down there to first base. I was going to say, I don't think I even saw that ball brush his leg.
And by the way, in Vincent's defense on the first offering to DR there, even though Trackman had it, wasn't received like it looked like a strike there. If I was just looking with my eyes, I would have called it a ball as well. So, you know, the system is not always right. Just sees what it sees. Sometimes there are cross-ups, gloves flying across the zone, all kinds of things. Looks like Dalton Cornett. I don't know what was going on there. Vava, his head coach, wanted to check on him. Just make sure that he could catch a ball and throw it back. Looks like we're ready to rumble again. So the inning tying run aboard. And the inning winning run in the box. And he's a guy who could end it in one fell swoop. Eric Jones Jr. in his 2nd tour for the Nanners. Pacing all hitters with his 9 long balls. And he cuts away at 89 on the fastball.
And Jones, he's been holding down this 2 spot in the Bananas order for quite a long time. This is the 24th consecutive game we've seen EJ batting in the 2-hole.
We're certainly not going to put him anywhere out of the first 4. Former Minnesota Twins and Seattle Mariners minor leaguer. He was the Mariners bullpen catcher a summer ago. Helped turn that team and their season around as EJ lifts that one to right. Tanner Thomas getting towards the line will make the catch for an important out number 1 for Dylan Porter, who throws the fastball, high 80s, low 90s, curveball, slider, and changeup to supplement the heater. Now it'll be Michael Vitamin Deeb in his 3rd World Tour. Former Chicago White Sox product. It was after 4 years of college football at Notre Dame and 2 years of baseball at Bethune-Cookman. DR takes off, fouled away by Deeb, who liked the center 90-mile-an-hour heater.
Yeah, hard not to like a pitch like that. An unfortunate DR Meadows trying to run on that pitch. We've seen a lot of stolen bases from DR Meadows, especially within his time in the leadoff spot. 8 stolen bases have come in that stretch.
And he's 17 for 23 on the tour. Takes off again. This one back up the middle off of Porter. He's able to, no, he throws it away. DR is going to scamper over to third. He gets a stop sign from Tyler Gillum as Deeb follows him up to second. And now the innings tying and winning runs in scoring position, and we hope Dylan Porter's okay.
Yeah, that one coming off the bat of Michael Deeb at 95 miles an hour. And you credit Dylan Porter for getting a little body and glove there on the ball. But unfortunately, an erratic throw as Jake Skoll not able to get that one at first base. Boat now 2 runners in scoring position for the Bananas, and they're going to pinch run Malachi at second base here.
Josh, that's a single for me with an error on the throw to advance both runners. He hit the ball 95 miles per hour off the pitcher. Feels like a hit as Dan Oberst bounces that over the head of Porter. Bloomer cleans it up and is able to get the out at first, but the inning is tied at 1 run apiece as DR scores, and now Flash the Kid 90 feet away being the inning winning run.
And how about that? That ball, kind of a swinging bunt off the bat of Dan Oberst there. Kind of thought it might be in this no man's land situation with Acuff, Bloomer, and Porter all there right in front of the infield grass. But Bloomer calls off his teammates, breaks a fine throw to first base. That's a big second out for the Party Animals.
Porter gets the outside corner. It was a pinch off, but a great frame by Dalton Cornett on the 91-mile-an-hour heater. Dakota McFadden, the tour leader, with his 15 walk-offs as he scorches that to short, backhanded by Chase Acuff. Between the legs, lobs it to first, and Dakota McFadden never touches the bag. Skoll will step on it, and we end the inning with each team scoring a run. No point is earned. We are scoreless in the all-important points category heading to the second inning. That was a wild first frame, and let's see why Breland Almadova was the showman of the night 2 evenings ago.
Well, Breland Almadova becomes the first player in Banana Ball to accumulate 5 Showman Awards, and you're going to see exactly why. In the first inning, Michael Deeb, fly ball out to left field. How about a between-the-legs catch there from Breland Almadova? That's really becoming the signature play for the Stylin' Hawaiian. And now Ryan Cox, a man very familiar with hitting it out to Breland. This one's going behind the back for Breland, and he's going to break out a jig that would make Justin Bieber a little jealous. That's a great play there from Breland. Now, Eric Jones up in the bottom of the third. Don't tell me. Between the legs again, and that was the 100th trick play of the season for the Party Animals. A great milestone and a great catch from Breland to boot. And another fun dance, too. I got to say, I like that one. But don't think he didn't do anything on offense. He's going to draw a ball 4 sprint in the 4th and score a run, pick up an RBI. And here against Stilts, going to right center, splitting the gap. That would score 2 Party Animals, a 3 RBI night for Almadova. And then Michael Deeb in the 6th inning. Breland, he's shirtless. He's going in between the legs. And he is the first outfielder in Banana Ball history to record 4 trick plays in a ball game. And he's here about to lead off here in the top of the 2nd.
Couldn't script it any better with the Stylin' Hawaiian leading off this inning. It will be Chase Acuff and Jason Swan due to swing it after him. And boy, are we blessed that Breland Almadova, after 4 years in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization and 7 years in independent professional ball, found his way to the 2022 Banana Ball World Tour tryout. He actually wore a romper, so he is as comfortable as could be here tonight in the first ever Banana Ball game played in Rompers.
Yeah, probably of all the players, he's in the most familiar territory right now.
He's done it before, and he played so good that he made that Party Animals squad a season ago, was a no-doubt man to return. So 2-1 count on him. And he lines that one deep to right. Danny Hosley on his horse backpedaling to snag it for out number 1. Now it'll be Chase Acuff, the shortstop. Made his Banana Land debut playing for the Nanners collegiately in 2021. Was a Party Animal in the Summer Series this past August. That was his banana ball debut. As that one grazes the inside corner. And he gets good wood. Liner on the front door bender. Michael D positioned perfectly, and a quick 2 outs for Cowboy Kyle. That was 101 miles per hour off the bat.
And when you hit a ball that hard, Michael D barely has to move out there in left field. Big second out there for Kyle Lewis as he's going to try and attack Jason Swan here.
By the way, the ground out to short from Dakota McFadden that Chase got his 14th trick play and as many tries on to end the bottom of the first inning. Just like the hot shot from deep 2 batters earlier, 95 off the bat. Seeing some hard hit balls early on here on a beautiful 85-degree Saturday night. Jason Swan with a 1-1 count on him. And he lifts that one to shallow right. Hosley getting after it. Tries to go behind his back. He does! On the run, Danny Hosley behind his back, and that was a quick inning for Cowboy Kyle.
Kyle Lewis finishing that inning in 1 minute and 48 seconds. And man, credit Danny Hosley with a terrific play behind the back there. Again, he's been manning that right side of the diamond for the Bananas so much this season, and he is really impressing with his arm and his glove out there in right field.
That was an incredible one. I said trying to make the catch because I thought there was no chance in the world he was going to succeed. But he, just like Chase Acuff, is 1 for 1 on trick plays tonight and 14 for 14 on the tour. And now you get a look at who has won Showman of the Nights and who has not. And it's split pretty evenly.
It is split pretty evenly. I mean, we like advanced analytics here in Banana Ball. And this one, we had to dive into Showman at some point. Now, a couple surprising guys still awaiting their first Showman of the Night. Matt Wolf, Jackson Olsen, Dan Oberst, Dalton Cornett, believe it or not. And Biko, I'm telling you, if there's one guy I want to see claim a Showman before this World Tour wraps up, it's got to be Brandon Sherman. I've got to get some thoughts from that guy on claiming a Showman award.
I could not agree more. It'll be fun to see Sherm on the mound. I would expect he's hot tonight for the Party Animals. And you look at Breland, picked up his tour high Showman of the Night, 5th of Showman awards, just a game ago. And with that minute and 48-second top of the second inning for Kyle Lewis, he ties Dylan Porter for the 33rd fastest inning of all time.
And it only required 9 pitches there from Kyle Lewis. So you like that he's staying efficient out there on the mound as well. And that's really a big key when you're talking about fast MPIs in Banana Ball.
Dylan also has 2 of the top 10 fastest innings of all time. For 128, that's 9th, and 129, that is 10th. And as the pride of Oakland, California patiently waits, looks like we're filming a music video here. Danny Hosley and company also dying to see when Jackson Olsen is going to appear on the field. And yeah, that is a new look for the greatest showman in Bananaland, our TikTok superstar. Discards the boombox, and Mike trades it for a bat. And will now slap a helmet on his new hairdo. And swings away, first pitch, pops it left side of the field. Acuff making the call, and he will make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, Dylan Porter really anxious to get that pitch out. Wanted to try and steal a strike on Jackson Olsen. He's not just going to steal a strike here. He's going to steal an out as well.
Appreciate Jackson swinging away. Now Ryan Cox is going to get the royalest of all walk-ups, as the Banana Band is going to have to hustle their keisters off the field. And Porter once again chomping at the bit. 89 down and in on the glove magician, the Nanners shortstop. That went back up the middle. Base knock for Ryan Cox, who has been swinging a very hot bat as of late.
Yeah, you talk about Ryan Cox. Get this, Biko. 4 hits for Ryan Cox in all of the month of May. He already has 7 hits in 5 June games. He's really starting to figure out something at the plate here for the Bananas.
Now the turntables. It's an 87-game season spanning 33 cities and 20 states. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And we are just barely on the back half here in game 45, although it's the 47th time we have attempted to play banana ball. Of course, 2 of the challenger games against the Aussie Drop Bears, 1 against the Bananas, 1 against the Party Animals were rained out. Now Bill Leroy, the catcher, has been excellent, pretty much a stalwart here in the 8-hole. Hitting .283, on-base percentage at .383. Normally terrific defense behind the dish. You can't ask for much more out of the 6-year man in Banana Land. Chops that one to third. Bloomer only has 1 play. He goes across the diamond. Laser beam in time. For out number 2 as Coxie moves up to second.
Yeah, you could see there in Bloomer's eyes, it kind of appeared like he wanted to try for a trick play there, but instead a classic easy throw over to Jake Skull for the second out.
So it'll be Danny Hosley with the inning-winning run in scoring position. The right fielder who has secured 3 of the 6 outs for Cowboy Kyle Lewiggs already tonight, one of them being a miraculous trick play. Ryan Cox off on the pitch. No throw from Dalton Cornett. Actually, there was a throw, and it hit off of Danny Hosley, I believe. And shades of how Thursday night's game ended, that one was called batter's interference on Dakota McFadden. This one is not. And now's the time, as good as ever, to apologize to Vincent Chapman, because although it is a subjective call on batter's interference, the law of the land states since Dakota McFadden's bat was moving, even though it was inadvertent contact with the throw from Vava, it was perfectly within Vincent's right to call Malachi out at third. Normally, when batter's interference occurs, it's just the batter is out, runner goes back to the base. But because it was a strikeout, the runner is also out. And that is the incredible look at the replay. He ricocheted that thing right into Haas's head. And you see the difference there. D-Mac was moving his bat. It was swinging all over the place. Danny didn't move a muscle, and Cornett just threw it straight off his lumber.
It was a long backswing for Dakota McFadden. There's no doubt about that. And really, it's a situation where, as Jake Skull makes the catch there, it was a situation where the right call was made in that ball game, Biko, and it was a right call, wrong time situation.
Couldn't agree more. It was just as sad a way as you could end such an incredible ball game for the first 2 hours plus. And one of those where kind of could be called either way, but Vincent's call was 100% defendable. We appreciate the world's greatest dancing home plate umpire. We also appreciate Maceo Harrison, our dancing first base coach. He's got Nanners and Party Animals teaming up for a player dance. We'll be back after this boogie.
Let's hear it for your players, everybody!
Big shout out to Maceo Harrison with Tucker Perry, Colin Ledbetter, Brett Helton, Jake Lialios representing the Party Animals, and Malachi Mitchell, Vinny DeRubius, Alex Ziegler, and Christian Mr. Electric Dearman representing the Nanners. We'll have Dearman up in the booth in just a moment's time. But until then, it's Biko Scala with Josh Chalevsky. So happy you are watching Banana Ball here on a Saturday night. Peter just misses the top of the zone to slam in Sammy Claycamp on his third world tour. Big cut and a miss at 92, painted on the outside corner. Great pitch from Mr. Lewiggs. And now a 1-2 count on the 2018 Banana, who's only hitting .214 on the tour, 6 for 28. But he has 3 professional seasons under his belt as that heater gets the low inside corner. Really nice two-seamer. Kyle took a little off of it. Came in at 87, but got the job done.
I mean, it wasn't just a nice two-seamer there from Kyle, but Sam Claycamp thought Lewis was going to go into his full windup, and he stopped it short and quick-pitched Claycamp for a big first strikeout here in the third.
Good trickery from Cowboy Kyle as Justin Baber in the 10-hole, the second baseman, will swing away, and first pitch just a bit inside. Pretty calm reaction from the man who goes by Derek Ginger. One of the best fielders this side of Mississippi. Pacing the Party Animals with his 34 trick plays and 36 tries, and now Kyle's going to bring Cox, Baldwin, and Meadows in for a delightful choreographed dance here. A little 360. Rolling the arms, heater up and in. 2-0 count on Babes.
I gotta be honest, I think that's the first start in maybe the last 4 for Kyle that he didn't throw a strike on a 3-2-2. I think if there's a percentage leaders, and I'll start doing the advanced stats on this, buddy, I'm pretty sure Kyle Lewis leads the tour in strikes thrown on 3-2-2s.
I would love to get that stat as that one gets the top of the zone. Late call. It did graze the top according to TrackMan. Baber still in a hitter's count. Now it is full at 3-2. Comes in hitting .252, a .307 on base percentage. His 3 triples tied for a team high. Kyle challenges him and is rewarded. DR Meadows underneath it, and that is out number 2. Kyle's retired 6 straight and now faces Reese Hampton, who got the 1-base sprint in the first inning. He thought it was a strike. Kyle thought it was a strike. TrackMan thought it was a strike. But the man who decides such things, Vincent Chapman, disagreed. It ended up leading to Reese stealing second base and scoring the only run of the night for the Party Animals. And I do not mean to harp on it. It's just so tough when you're facing a guy who is hitting .425 and has a .487 on base percentage, both tour highs. And then you have the murderer's row of Skoll, Bloomer, and Cornette coming up after him. And Kyle's noted first inning and Party Animal struggles to have a call like that go against you. 3 easy ones for Vince in this at-bat as Reese swinging 3-0. Skied to DR Meadows, he's underneath it. And Kyle's retired 7 straight. Great start for the pride of Richmond Hill, Georgia.
I think Noah's a ventriloquist as well. All right. All right, next up, what is your name, sir?
Josh.
Josh, let's see your best lip sync action. Let's see what you got. Okay, Josh. Oh, okay, Josh. All right, that's Josh, everybody. And last but not least, what is your name, sir?
Larry.
Larry, how old are you?
80.
80 years young? Let's see what you got for us, Larry. Where's he going? Competition.
Well, the first ever Grandpa lip sync competition was a certified hoot. Welcome up into the broadcast booth, Christian, Mr. Electric Dearman. Thanks so much for joining us.
That was just mesmerizing right there. Larry just went all out and stunned me. Absolutely, Biko. That was amazing.
I think he also stunned Dylan Porter, who was hoping to throw a couple more warm-up pitches and just discarded a ball into his dugout. He will be ready to rumble tonight. Now, Mr. Dearman, you are starting on Monday night. By the way, get out of the booth, friends. We have a ball game going on. Here we go. That's tonight. You guys know what you're doing. It is going to be 10-1-2 for the Nanners. Dalton Malden pops that one up right side. Jake Skoll runs out of room, and the fans do not make a catch.
Catch right there. That would have been interesting.
Would not have liked it for us, but
it's a fact. Two Saturdays ago, Dalton Malden popped out to a fan in Nashville, his adopted hometown.
Yeah.
And to date, that's the last foul out to a fan we've seen.
Pistol squat from Dylan Porter. Hard grounder backhanded by Chase Acuff. Sticks with a tricky hop, and he continues to be smooth as silk. And Dalton now officially 1 for 2 with his bleach blonde hair.
I like the blonde hair. He looks great. I think he should be getting called Malden Mathers or something like that.
I'm all for it. To the top of the order we go. DR Meadows. Good bender from Porter. Just misses the outside corner. DR was hit by a pitch in the first. Came around to score the run that tied that frame. Dustin Baber, 360 between the legs.
Whoa. My goodness. The ups from Baber. As he chest bumps with Tanner Thomas in right field. That's amazing play from Baber right there.
I mean, you're telling me, Dearman, Dustin Baber, we saw a very similar play out in Oklahoma City for Derek Ginger. And man, you talk about a great stretch there from Jake Skoll as well, able to make that out.
Now Eric Jones Jr. with 2 down. He flew out to right his first time, just misses the third base bag, also just misses shooting that in the tarp. Nanners just need 1 run to win the 3rd inning.
Something everyone doesn't know about EJ is he's an amazing MLB The Show player. You know, he stays patient in the game, waits for his pitch, and drives it out of the ballpark.
Really nice righty-on-righty changeup there from Porter. That came in at 80. And that one scolded on a hop. Chase Acuff with his 2nd trick play of the night, 15th on the tour.
Great inning from Porter right there.
That's exactly right, Dearman. A 2-minute and 13-second inning there from Dylan Porter. And by the way, Chase Acuff now with the back-to-back games with multiple trick plays.
He's heating them up. Back-to-back sub-3-minute innings for Dylan Porter.
Quick
and
pitching, trick plays. It's amazing out here in Banana Land.
Let's throw it down to Jake Schwartz. Time for some magic in Banana Land. Jake, what you got?
More importantly, I'm here with Katie's shoe. Now, Katie, I'm going to take your shoe. This tour is, in fact, loved by Zappos, so we want to bananify Katie's shoe here. Katie, I'm going to give you your shoe here in the box. Katie, this is for you. Hold on to that, Katie. Now, Katie, I've got a couple quick questions for you. The first one, do you have a favorite player on the Bananas?
Oh, DR Meadows.
DR Meadows, that's a great answer. Katie, do you have a particular reason why you like the shoes you're wearing?
They're comfortable.
They're comfortable. That's another great answer. Katie, I've got one more question for you, which is, what's been the best part about the Banana Ball game so far?
Oh my gosh, everything is awesome. It's hard to pick one thing.
Well, Katie, we want to bananify your shoe. Let's open this up and take a look in there, Katie. Pull that out. Show that to the camera. What do we have? Oh, that's an actual bananified shoe. Biko, back to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jake Schwartz. So he makes the shoe disappear. It's pretty impressive. I wonder where that shoe is. Oh, is that Bill Leroy with the shoe down on the field? Bill's got the shoe. How the heck did you do that, Jake?
What we're all about. That's our magic trick. Back to you, Biko.
Thank you very much. I don't understand how that happened in the slightest.
That is unbelievable.
Going to be mesmerized up here. we're just going to keep being mesmerized up here, enjoying some baseball, magic, shirts being ripped off, and it's romper day. Hallelujah.
Beautiful Saturday night in the hostess city of the South as Bill back behind the dish and sends it down to a lounging Dalton Mullen, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and now Cowboy Kyle. Speaking of lounging, how about Vava, Fluke, and Baber over in the third base coach's box?
That must be some fine quality Reginade they got over there.
Couldn't agree more. Meat of the order for the party animals. 2, 3, 4. Jake Skoll, Bryson Bloomer, and Dalton Cornett. Jake flew out to left his first time. Heater just misses the outside corner.
And Jake's legs look like they're screaming in that romper.
Trying to break free. Luckily, this is some stretching material that these rompers are made of as Vincent Chapman calls time, dusts off home plate. And it is disco time in Vincent's world. Oh, now he's turning it up to a whole nother level. Like an amp in Spinal Tap. This thing's all the way up to 11. As he just leaves it all out on the line down there. It never gets old getting to watch our home plate umpire boogie.
That's the third chat mix of the season, and I think that one might be my favorite. I like the infusion of a little disco there.
That's exactly the vibe we're looking for, staying alive. But I think he needs a license to carry all those moves.
2-0 count now on Skoll. Spent 5 years in the Texas Rangers organization, 2 with the New York Yankees before playing 4 years of SEC football with the Georgia Bulldogs. That one wasn't caught like it was a strike. Trackman liked it, though. And swinging 3-0. Second time in as many party animals hitters as we've seen that. Hampton flew out to center. Skoll fouls it off.
Well, when you've got a party animals team that bats .329 against Kyle Lewigs, they want to go after him and go for bigger hits instead of just sprints.
About a 3-1 cut fastball. Gets a swing and a miss. Now a payoff pitch. Driven deep to center. DR was playing very far in. Oh my, no, he didn't come up with it. DR almost made his second astounding over-the-shoulder grab of the tour, but it looks like he lost it on the landing as Skoll now ties Ryan Cox with his 4th triple overall. That paces all hitters.
Yeah, that is a tough play to make if you're DR Meadows trying to go Willie Mays style, not able to hold on upon coming down. And Biko, Jake Skoll with another triple for the party animals, and that is their 400th hit on the season as a team.
Well, I didn't like hearing that.
Beautiful bender to start Bloomer off with a strike. He got Bryson swinging his first time, and same pitch, same result. 0-2 count.
Breaking ball looking sharp from Kyle today. Real slippery lizard out there.
That one a little too slippery, but an excellent stop by Bill Leroy. Now, Dearman, I have heard that with these new yellow banana balls, they're a little slicker, maybe lower seams than a lot of the baseballs guys have used throughout their collegiate and professional careers.
Just a little bit, you know. At the beginning of the year, some of us, it took some time to find our pitches back. I personally had to change my fastball. I've never thrown a 4-seam in my life. I've always thrown 2 seams. And this year it's just straight 4-seam so I could even control it. But I actually really like the new balls.
It's pretty fascinating. This is a huge first out for Cowboy Kyle as Ryan Cox secures it. And Skoll still sitting 90 feet away from scoring. And looks like we had, you say Kyle Wiggle? Sounds like that. It's a Kyle Wiggle in the chat. Christian Dearman, his favorite player.
You're just making me blush out here. I love hearing that. You know, I never thought that those words would be said when I was going through high school, but hearing it now, it's a blessing.
Dalton Cornett, 1 for 1. Drove in Hampton in the first. That is a sword on a nasty back foot slider.
Oh, yeah.
Back-to-back 0-2 counts for the party animals as the Nanners bring the infield in. Sawed off. Attacking it. Backhanded. Jackson Olsen makes the play.
Great play.
Chris Walker calls DC3 out. That was a phenomenal play by our greatest showman.
Yeah, a check swing over to the left side. Jackson Olsen charged hard, let that ball drop, and just when you thought he might eat that ball, he goes and fires it onto first base, and a great stretch from Eric Jones Jr. And Kyle now 1 out away from getting out of this jam in the 4th.
Tanner Thomas stands in his way. That was an 87-mile-an-hour cutter that left Cornette's bat at 32 miles per hour.
Tricky right there. Comes off knuckling. Greatest showman. Great play.
Great pitch to follow up the nasty backdoor slider as well. Now a 1-1 count on Mr. Tinder Thomas. Make it 1-2. Boy, the bender is working. That
I'm
looks like a
telling
curve.
you, Biko. He's been working on it a lot this year.
Kyle gets the clap going in a full capacity Grayson Stadium. The 210th straight sold out crowd obliges. 1-2 pitch coming to Tanner Thomas, who flew out to right his first time. Lined into the mitt.
Snagged.
Of Dalton Malden, and how about that for a magic trick? Leadoff triple for Jake Skoll. He is stranded at third base. Kyle's got his great stuff tonight.
I mean, way to bear down by Kyle Luigs right there. Get a leadoff guy on third base. Not an easy job to get out of that inning unscathed.
It is Hey Baby O'Clock here in Banana Land. Dearman across 3 years here collegiately, and now your second campaign as a professional. How many Hey Baby dances do you think you have done?
Oh, I got asked this question the other day.
Really?
Yes, and honestly, I gotta say, it's probably around 500 or 600. No, you know what? Times 4. 500 or 600 times 4. So probably around 2,000 times.
Hold on. I got to check your math here on this one, Dearman. I mean, you've played in a couple hundred Bananas games, going back to baseball and banana ball. You do one pregame, do one during the game, you do one in the party plaza.
Yeah, think about it, Biko.
I've got it. We're forgetting something. And Dearman, you don't even have to say it because I know I'm exactly right here. I've heard you get out of bed in the morning and right before you tuck yourself in, you're doing a little Hey Baby just to make sure you don't get rusty.
You're absolutely right. That's the perfect way to get warmed up in the morning. Your arms get swinging, your legs get tapping, and your whole body gets a twisted.
Some people do some jumping jacks. You're Hey Babying.
I'm Hey Babying. It's my favorite dance.
It's amazing. Plus, you think about how much Hey Baby practice you guys do at your actual banana ball practices.
Exactly. It's engraved in our blood right now.
It really adds up. And then you think about when you were filming the Miracle on Ice video in 2020 with Tyler Gillum. I mean, that was like 3 straight hours of Hey Babying.
I know. But that was amazing because my calves after it looked phenomenal.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Your calves always look phenomenal, buddy.
You know what, man? Look at you. Has everyone seen Biko in this romper and how much he rocks it?
Yeah,
I mean,
we got a little camera time pregame. We just got a little Hey Babying
nice.
there. So
yeah.
Luckily, the control room's giving us some love up here. Dylan Porter trying to defend a third straight scoreless inning from his offense, and Michael Deeb nearly ends the 4th inning in one fell swoop. That one 93 miles per hour off the bat on an 89 mile an hour heater, but he is now 1 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, and Michael Deeb, we are seeing a lot of flyouts to start the month of June. This is only his 5th game played here in the month. He's already got 11 flyouts. We're seeing him get under the ball a little more than I think he'd like.
Dan Oberst knocking out his teammates with a Tookus bump and then a flex of his incredible muscles.
I think he wants the bomba. And he wants to chill with the big boys.
I think this might be my favorite song in the world. Is this? Do you have any idea where this song originates, Dearman?
Honestly, I saw it on TikTok one time. Absolutely loved it. Sang it for about 3 months straight, and then I didn't hear it again until yesterday.
Dan had an RBI ground out to third his first time. I also want to bomba, and I'd also like to chill with the big boys. So it's very relatable. Dan now 1 for 2 on the night.
You see, he's got to do that more often.
Nice piece of using the opposite field there.
And we saw a 100-mile-per-hour hit off the bat of Oberst to the opposite field in the last game. This one coming off the bat at 105 for Dan the Man.
Woo! Mountain of a man.
It is a scorching worm burner, and the Nanners extra hitter 24 for 27 in his stolen base attempts. Only Malachi Mitchell, the fastest man in Banana Land, has more steals on the tour.
And now another big bopper, Dakota McFadden up to the bat.
That is a fact. He hit a 95-mile-an-hour one-hopper to Acuff at short his first time. In his third campaign as a Nanner, leading the tour with his 15 walk-offs. Porter will check on Dan, who does a half dive and will shake that keister as he gets back to his feet.
Ooh.
2 count on D-Mac, who nods in appreciation at the impressive Porter slider there.
Lays off the next one.
Coming in at 80.
Good spin rate.
21.83, and that was a beautifully placed 92-mile-an-hour heater right on the outside corner.
Yeah, Dakota McFadden just could not catch up to that ball. McFadden, the Bananas leader with 3 home runs here at Grayson Stadium, but when you've got a guy with so much power, you're going to see quite a bit of strikeouts as well.
Yep.
It's also the team leader with his 26th K. Jackson Olsen was dancing as he got in the box the first time, swung at the first pitch he saw, popped it out to short.
What I think makes Porter so dominant on the mound is the way he tunnels his fastball with his slider. It's absolutely phenomenal. They've come off with the same kind of spin. As Jackson scoots that one right into right field.
Dan Oberst was off on the pitch, but didn't see where the ball was hit, so he stays put at second. Not too much of a difference with 2 down, being in second or third base. He's in scoring position nonetheless. The inning-winning run, and Olsen, not just out there making social media videos. He's 1 for 2 on the night, came into the evening hitting .331. He's been superb.
He's been great.
I mean, he has a 15-game hitting streak now for the Bananas. And how about this for Dan? Both of these guys extending their hitting streaks in this inning. Dan's hitting streak now up to 9 games for the Bananas.
Oof. Don't let the boys get hot now.
Ryan Cox is 1 for 1 on the night. Bounce one back up the middle for a single. And ahead 2 balls and no strikes here. This is where Banana Ball is so much harder. No, it's actually 1-1. Scoreboard's wrong, that's okay. This is where Banana Ball is so tough because if you give up a sprint, that was a nasty changeup, golly. Dan will score easily from second base, so throwing 4 balls to Coxie is not an option. Goes with the change down and in, count even at 2-2.
And this is where we see Ryan Cox really succeed for the Bananas. When he's able to work counts already at 4 pitches here against Porter. Time to see if he can get a walk-off knock for the Bananas.
Squirts that one to third. Bryson Bloomer gobbles it up and steps on the bag. Porter works in and out of trouble. A couple singles for the Nanners are stranded. And it is still a 0-0 game through 4 innings. Talk about a pitcher's duel between Porter and Mr. Lewigs.
I love it tonight. Got a little internal battle going on between the pitchers and hitters today. So I think that this is just beautiful.
Couldn't agree more. We will be back with Mr. Electric Christian Dearman in the booth after the Banana Nanas boogie. And we head to the 5th inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your Banana Nana!
Well, Banana's just tremendous as per usual. Cowboy Kyle out for his 5th inning of work. Dylan Porter and Mr. Lewis both give up a run in the first. Have exchanged 3 straight frames of 0 cents. Now Breland Almadova hopping through a hula hoop, letting Bill Leroy get in the action.
See, that's impressive because I've never been able to even use the hula hoop. He's just hopping through it.
Wow! Backhanded by Ryan Cox between the legs across the diamond.
Oh.
No scoop from Eric Jones Jr. It was going to be bang bang over at first. That is a single in Biko's book. Josh is unsure. We'll see what Mr. Dearman thinks after our official scorer makes his decision.
Yeah, this is a very tough call. Give Ryan Cox all the credit in the world, going deep in the hole in short and getting that ball. But,
Dearman.
You want to say
I'm going to mull
it,
this
Josh.
one over, but there's an area where the throw could maybe make it a trick play missed. I'm not sure, though.
Mr. Dearman, it's either a trick play missed or it's a hit.
As a pitcher, you see.
I know.
I will go with the trick play missed or anything else.
I know who I've got in the booth here. Danny Hosley snags that on a trot. 4th out he's made in right tonight.
See, it's a weird dichotomy, fellas, because I know Kyle Lewis down there on the mound would love a trick play missed.
Yep.
As for Ryan Cox, I mean, this guy's leading the tour in trick plays. He doesn't want another trick play missed on that record.
I know. It's a tough call. Thank goodness I don't have that job.
He is 72 for 76 on the tour thus far, so his percentage is immaculate either way. As Acuff now 0 for 2, he lined out his first time, and Jason Swan 0 for 1.
I think Swan had some of that money in his eyes after that swing.
Quickly behind 0-2. Swanee, the DH tonight, gets a half evening off. Ooh, just to arch out of the way of that one. Mike Vivacis and Sam Claycamp got a little kiddie pool action going on in the first base coach's box. That ball flicked up the middle. Malden flips to Cox. There's one. And no chance at Swanee over at first. It'll be a fielder's choice and 2 down.
Boy, I am constantly impressed by Malden's defensive ability out there at second base. That's a great play, a great flip to Ryan Cox, who in turn had a great turn over there to Eric Jones on that fielder's choice. But Dalton up to 20 trick plays for the Bananas, and he's been coming in late in games as a defensive replacement, and you see exactly why.
Bender gets the outside corner. It's Sam Claycamp in the box. For some reason, I thought Claycamp was Sean Fluke over at first base. He just cannonballed into the kiddie pool.
I didn't even notice that was Fluke out there. He was just doing laps in the kiddie pool.
This one rolled over, foul. Garrett Delano can't make the play from his seat. Claycamp caught looking his first time. Swanee leads off first. 0-2 from Cowboy Kyle. Jason takes off. It is cut on and missed. The throwdown doesn't mean anything. Jason would have just gotten his 7th steal in as many tries, but the inning's over. Kyle has his 3rd strikeout, and he's now only allowed 1 run across 5 frames. For the 4th straight inning, the Nanners just need 1 run to break the scoreless tie and earn their first point of the night.
Something about these rompers, Biko, makes us pitchers feel athletic. Arms are loose, legs are loose.
Might have to wear that more often here. Let's play a little Who Stashes That as the Nanners and company throw T-shirts into the stands. Okay, welcome up to the broadcast booth. Whose stash is that? Christian Dearman.
Oh, I like this.
Let's see our first mustache. Oh, that's easy. Josh Talevsky.
I know this one. It's definitely
He's
yours.
standing right next to us.
Oh, throwback to remote Josh.
Yeah, from the Bananalytics Statistical Headquarters in Athens. I've got that one, Dearman.
Come on. That's Bill Lee.
It's got to be Hulk Hogan.
What?
You think that's Bill Lee? It looks like Hulk Hogan to me.
I think Bill back in the day. Oh, it's Funky Phil. No way.
I never saw Funky Phil coming. That was
I didn't see that coming.
really good work, Chad. That was the medium one. Oh, my gosh.
Raleigh fingers.
It looks like Raleigh fingers. I kind of think this is Bill Lee back in the day.
It's
Maybe.
no, I think Dearman's right.
I think I'm spot on, though, because
Raleigh
I see that
fingers.
little twirl right there.
I mean, it looks like Raleigh fingers. Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
good. I use them in the show.
good work, Mr. Dearman. Chad Reese, did you throw that together?
That was great.
I just didn't think Chad Reese would know who Raleigh Fingers is. You just look up epic baseball mustaches? Yeah, he did. Okay, good work, Chad.
Should have known.
Champion.
Should have known Chad
Champion.
Reese would throw my mustache in there.
It's really good. It was an easy round.
That was a
for
nice
sure.
surprise.
We
a
appreciate
layup.
that. It's going to be 8, 9, and 10 in the Nanners lineup. Porter out for his 5th inning of work. Beautiful front door bender. Gets to the bottom of the zone. He'll ground it out to third his first time. Same pitch. This time he flies it to left center. And Reese Hampton will grab it for out number 1. Breland Almodovar never left his
He didn't even move.
his Adirondack chair and left. He knew Reese had the task covered. Danny Hosley will swing it. Popped out in foul territory to Skull over at first.
Danny Do-It-All Hosley looking to do some damage against Porter right here.
And another front door bender. All 3 pitches of this inning. Dylan working quickly. Does it again. And they've all been strikes.
I'm telling you. Slippery Lizards and Turbo Sinkers are coming out tonight. Pitchers are pounding the zone.
And Porter knows to work quick against the Bananas. A very interesting statistic from Thursday night. Jared Donaldson, he threw 98 pitches out on the mound for the Bananas in 4 2/3 innings. Now, do you know how many total pitches the Bananas saw across the entire ball game?
Dustin Baber bare hands that out of the sky. His second trick play tonight, 36th of the tour to lead the party
He's
animals.
going to put that in his pot of gold.
That's right. Okay, Josh, you're wondering how many pitches were thrown.
Can I take a guess, Josh?
You sure can.
84.
I'm going to guess 106.
Vico Scala, you are right on it. And
What?
it's probably
It's
because
like
I
you
told
knew.
you after the ball game, but nonetheless, I mean, the Bananas batters have been very aggressive as of late here in Grayson Stadium.
Yeah, I remembered that one from the first time you told me, which was right after the ball game when you were flabbergasted by it.
Cheater.
Floored.
I mean,
Gobsmacked.
all of the above. Yeah, Donaldson only went 4 2/3 innings, and as that one backhanded, little slide from Chase Acuff across
That
the
is
diamond.
just silky smooth out there at shortstop.
He continues to shine. 1-2-3 inning for Porter, and awful quick at that.
2 minutes and 8 seconds there from Dylan Porter. We're seeing a lot of quick innings.
Nice.
And Biko, I think it's about time we talk to our good friend in the yellow tux, Mr. Jesse Cole.
Nobody I would rather speak to. Jesse Cole, how about the first ever banana ball game where both teams are wearing rompers?
Yes, this is quite the look. And we always try to do things we've never done before. And I know Jared Orton shared this with me, and he said, what do you think about these rompers? I said, yes, let's 100% do this.
Well, it's been a really fun ball game tonight. How about the pitching duel between Cowboy Kyle Lewigs and Dylan Pistol Squat Porter?
You know, it's pretty impressive, and we challenged the guys, Coach Viro, Coach Gillum, earlier today and said, hey, let's target an hour and 50-minute game. We've only had, I think, 4 in history. Can we get an hour and 50? And I'll tell you, they're working on that pace right now, and it's impressive to watch.
Yeah, we're through 5 frames, barely across the hour mark. It has been a whole lot of fun. I mean, how cool is it to see Kyle Lewigs just so impressive on the bump in his 6th year as a banana?
You know, the amount of innings he's thrown here, the amount of experiences, and obviously these party animal hitters have seen everything he has to offer, but they haven't seen it with him pitching in a romper. And I think the romper may be distracting them a bit, but to see Kyle having success, it's great to see. And, you know, we love him, and the Bananas fans obviously love him from all over.
This is the furthest we've gone into a game without a point being scored, Jesse. What's your prediction for the final 4 innings?
There will be a point scored,
Yeah.
and it's going to come down to the last inning.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Mr. Cole. Always a blast to have you on the broadcast.
Amazing. Love you, Biko.
Love you too, Jesse.
Biko, I'm really surprised. I mean, Jesse, Yeah, Jesse says that every time, and I'm always left shocked. I'm so surprised every time.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the last inning. I mean, one of these times I figure it might not, but it always does.
He's never been wrong.
Yeah.
Never lost.
Never lost.
That's the genius of Banana Ball. Cowboy Kyle looking for his first win against the Party Animals on the tour. He has 4 of them against challengers. And each of his last 2 outings, he's left the bullpen with an inherited lead.
Wow, Danny Hosley!
What a snag!
You're unbelievable.
Up against the netting, he continues to really be impressive out there and right. Now checks on the fans who are sitting right up against that thing.
What an unbelievable play from Danny Hosley, roaming into foul territory and in the bullpen, no less, for the Bananas, having to navigate himself over that mound and to catch it on the elevation and into the netting. That is a fantastic play from the Bananas right fielder tonight.
It's the 5th out he's recorded, and certainly no stranger to the bullpen. We'll see him in there later tonight. I would guess he closes out this ball game.
He's a superstar. What can we say?
Now to the top of the order, Reese Hampton, the switch-hitting center fielder. Led off the ball game with the sprint, stole second, came around to score.
I used to like Reese's Puffs, but then it became Reese's walk-up song.
Can't eat him anymore?
Can't eat him anymore.
Reese barrels that, but foul. Into the second deck, out of the ballpark. One-two pitch. Puck left side of the infield. Ryan Cox with a long run. He's not going to get there. With Jackson Olsen on the first base side of second. No chance to snag that foul ball.
Yeah, when Reese is batting from the left side, he's very pull heavy for the Party Animals. And the Bananas wisely putting on the shift. They like to put Ryan Cox over there to cover the left side of the infield. He's got a little more range than Jackson Olsen. But that one, he just didn't have enough ground that he could cover in that span of time.
Another foul ball. Still a 1-2 count. Dearman, on Monday night, you guys will be facing off against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
Yes,
another
sir.
Really exciting challenger out of the Atlantic League. And you have really been phenomenal against challenger teams this year. What is it like throwing against these impressive professional teams that are playing banana ball for the first time?
You know, Biko, it's absolutely the best time in the world. Because first of all, I do feel like I am the person to welcome them into Banana Land with my crazy outfit. And then going out there on the mound, dancing, having a good time, lets these challenger teams know that they could have fun.
Dalton Malden stays with a tricky hop. Nice shovel pass over to EJ for out number 2 as the incredibly speedy Reese was barreling down the line.
Yeah, barreling down at a fast pace. And man, that was a great breaking pitch there from Kyle Lewis. He had Reese Hampton way out in front of that ball. That's the reason he rolled it over to Malden there.
Great battle by Cowboy Kyle after Hampton had fouled off 3 straight offerings. Now Jake Skoll. And he lines that one to center. DR Meadows barely has to move. Little basket catch. 1-2-3 frame for Mr. Lewis, who continues to cruise.
Another sub-3 inning from Kyle Lewis. We're looking at a 2-minute and 58-second mark for Kyle.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
It was awful impressive as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning for the 5th straight frame in a row. Niners just need 1 run to win the inning. Christian Dearman, Biko Scala, it is BTV mailbag time. And Dearman, take a look at this art from Gianna, 15-year-old, and let
Gianna!
Yeah.
This is absolutely outstanding. I mean, capturing Split, all of his marks on his peel, his personality, that bright smile. You did a great job, girl. Nice job.
Says, happy you loved it. Sending love from UY. No, New York. That's an N. It's like, where is UY?
Biko is from New York. He should know that.
I should know that. I should know that. This is amazing. And by the way, what a great way to celebrate National Mascot Day.
It is National Mascot Day. And to all the mascots out there, just know that we appreciate you guys and we love you so much because you bring us so much joy. And I just want to give you all the biggest hug in the world.
That's a fact. Okay, maybe no, I failed it. hanging that up. That's okay. This one is from Kyle Watts.
Wow.
Yeah. You kidding me?
That one's good, too. I actually, some of these I could hang in my room. Pico, this one's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that something? You got the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
You got shopsavannahbananas.com. 2023 World Tour.
Yeah, we don't have to put the party animal sign in there, but that's all right. I love it. This is awesome.
Kylie, by the way. Kylie Watts.
Kylie.
Thank you so much, Kylie Watts. That is an amazing drawing. Really appreciate it from Gianna and Kylie. That was fantastic stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And not only do we keep our P.O. box open for the fans, but we also have an email set up for some fan mail and fan messages. You can also email us at btvfanmail@thesavannahbananas.com.
Good work, Josh. Good work by Jake Lialios. 1 pitch and 1 out. He gets D.R. Meadows on a fly to his counterpart. Out in center. Oh, my gosh! I didn't see it until the replay. Reese Hampton just went between the legs backwards, no look.
Holy cow. How did we miss that, Pico? You did it so nonchalantly.
Thank goodness for Jalen Johnson in the control room. That was a magnificent catch from Reese Lightning, his 5th trick play on the tour. Now Lialios brings Bloomer, Acuff, Baber, and Skoll onto the mound. And how about this dance? They are smacking it in the air, and the pitch is high.
And that was entertaining.
One count on Eric Jones Jr. He's flown out and grounded out tonight. Lialios, the Tucson, Arizona native. Out of Pomona College, out in Claremont, California. Now has a 2-2 count on EJ.
Now watch out for his big pitch here, that 12-6 curveball. It's a real bender. Looks to throw it ahead of the count.
There it is.
There it was. That was nasty, but sorry, EJ. I should have said fastball.
Yeah, that was incredible predictive skills by you, Mr. Electric. It's a hammer of a bender. He throws a lot of fastballs, mixes in some cutters as well. But the 12-6 curve is the swing and miss pitch. Deep thinks about it, able to hold off. Single his first time, flew out to left field his last trip to the dish. And ahead 2 balls and no strikes.
And it's game 2s in series where you really see Michael Deeb do some damage for the Bananas. In his last 4 game 2s across these series, Michael Deeb has 10 runs batted in.
Not going to bat one in here. Bryson Bloomer bare hands the pop-up, and it is trick play mania tonight. The party animals are on fire in the field.
And the party animals continue to churn out quick innings here against the Bananas. Now a 2-minute and 6-second inning for Jake Lialios.
Let's throw it down to Jesse and Emily Cole.
Near and dear to our heart. Jesse and I started learning about foster care and have learned more and more over the last decade. Officially became licensed for fostering in 2020. We've had 2 amazing girls join our family since then, and wow, we have learned a lot while we were on this journey. Some of the things that we've learned are really hard, and that this community needs a lot of support. A lot of support for the biological families, for the kids in care, for the social workers, for the foster families. There are over 400,000 kids across the United States without a permanent home. And every community across the country needs more foster families. We've also met incredible caregivers and foster families along the way, and they're making a great impact, but often their stories are left untold. So all of these lessons combined together for us to realize that we had an opportunity to celebrate these stories while we are inspiring and educating, hopefully, others to get involved. 2 years ago, Jesse woke me up with the perfect name for the organization that we were dreaming about starting. And although I was a little groggy, once I heard it, I knew that we were onto something. Bananas Foster. So you can learn more at bananasfoster.org, but tonight we wanted to share with you, the people who are here, that we are officially launching a 501c3 through the Bananas called Bananas Foster.
And tonight we are proud to honor our first Bananas Foster feature foster family. The two people we are going to honor became foster parents 5 years ago. And they decided to open up their home for kids, no matter the age, the background, or the circumstances. Today, they have 9 children in their home. From age 5 months to 17 years, 6 in foster care, and now they've adopted 3 children as well. So fans, please join me in a huge round of applause for Jim and Iris Gandy. One more time for two of the biggest unsung heroes, Jim and Iris Gandy.
Well, that is as special a moment as I have ever seen in Bananaland. Shout out to the Gandrys. It is amazing to open your homes to anybody who needs it in the foster care world, but in 5 years, adding 9 kids to your family, it is a really, really amazing thing to do.
It's a tough task. Only super parents can do that.
That's a fact, and there's 2 of them right down there.
Yes, they are.
Christian Dearman, Mr. Electric, I cannot thank you enough for spending a bunch of innings with us up in the booth. I know you've got promotions and all kinds of fun stuff to take part of back down on the field, so we will set you free, but we really appreciate you, man.
Hey, Biko, it's just an honor to be up here and have some fun with you, man. Thank you for having me.
There goes Mr. Electric, Monday's starting pitcher against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs of the Atlantic League. And it's going to be 3-4-5 for the Party Animals. Bryson Bloomer just barely misses extra bases down the third base line. Party Animals third baseman 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out. That one barreled, but straight to the barrel king himself and left. Michael Deeb there, and Bloomer 0 for 3. 78-mile-an-hour bender left the bat at 83. And that'll be Dalton Cornett. Had the RBI single back in the first inning. Only run the Party Animals have scored against Cowboy Kyle. And loops that one to center. DR breaks in, makes the snag. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, we are just now reaching the 1-minute mark here for Kyle Lewigs. He's going to need to get this batter out if he wants any shot at getting an MPI record. But looking pretty good if he can work here quickly on Tanner Thomas and definitely get an MPI below 2 minutes.
Party Animals right fielder has flown out and lined out tonight, hacking early at the 88-mile-an-hour heater. Reminder, our Hoka's giveaway is going to be in the 8th inning tonight, not the 7th as it has been every time on the tour. That's because the 7th inning is all about Bananas Foster, and we are going to have Jolie Chabala, the program director of it, up in the booth in just a little bit. Cowboy Kyle, excellent work on the MPI in a 1-2-3 frame.
1 minute and 41 seconds for Kyle. That is his second sub-2 MPI in this ball game. And man, we have seen some unbelievable marks from him, Dylan Porter, and Jake Lealius tonight. We're on a torrent pace in this game.
That registers in the top 24 as far as fastest innings of all time. 7 innings of 1-run ball. And the Nanners have a chance to get the first point of the night with just 1 run in the bottom half. Here are the banana splits.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Banana Splits! On the mound for the Party Animals, Tucker Perry.
Mr. Perry has inherited the task of keeping this game scoreless in the all-important points category. 5 innings of 1-run ball from Dylan Porter tonight. Jake Lialios with a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th inning. And now the Sidewinder comes in to handle 4, 5, and 6. Oberst, McFadden, and Olsen.
And the Party Animals, they only used 2 pitchers on Thursday night against the Bananas, Sean Fluke and Brett Hilton. They've got a lot of weapons in the bullpen at their disposal tonight, and Tucker Perry, one of their best. We've seen him in a lot of high-leverage situations for the Party Animals. He's got a save on the season, the 5.83 ERA below the tour average, and opponents batting just .277 against him on the year.
And he has righty, lefty. He has been devastating to Dan Oberst on this tour, who has not been able to solve the tricky puzzle that is Mr. Perry.
And Dan has not been shy about saying that either. Tucker Perry has been a problem for Dan the Man.
Mr. Oberst, 1 for 2 on the night, a single and an RBI ground out. Drove in the only run the Bananas have scored. He's first pitch swinging, sends it into right center, but Tanner Thomas is going to wave him goodbye. 1 pitch, 1 out for Tuck. Now Dakota McFadden, the designated hitter. A well-struck ground out and a strikeout on the evening for DMAC. Pretty much just fastball slider for Tucker. Low to mid 80s with the heater. Low to mid 70s with the breaking ball. Trackman liked that pitch. I got to be honest, I agreed with Vincent Chapman. Looked like it was yanked outside. There's the slider, 2-1 count on McFadden.
Now this was the critical AB in Game 2 in Nashville a couple weekends ago. Tucker Perry against Dakota McFadden in the top of the 9th inning. And it was Dakota McFadden who came through with a go-ahead RBI single against Perry that gave the Bananas a sweep in Nashville, their first since Jacksonville in early March.
2-2 coming from the pride of Pawleys Island, South Carolina. Cornette gives this a look, and he's able to make the catch. Right at the edge of the Nanners dugout. And 2 up and 2 down for Perry.
We've seen the Bananas and the Party Animals players alike expertly navigate foul territory tonight, whether it's been Danny Hosley, Jake Skoll, or now Dalton Cornette. A lot of foul outs in this ball game tonight.
Jackson Olsen, 1 for 2 with a single and a pop out. As the pop to win this inning. 4 homers on the tour. As the heater's outside. We're on at 82. And a 2-0 count on Banana Land's greatest showman. And pop to the left side. Bloomer, the only man there. Bear, no! He tries to barehand it and drops it. The Party Animals were all escaping the field. It is the first trick play missed by the Party Animals tonight. And it extends the inning. Well, the Frames winning run is aboard. Malachi Mitchell immediately pinch running for Jackson Olsen.
And that's a smart situation. We we are yet to see a point in this ball game tonight. And the Bananas, they're going to need to pinch run and use Malachi to get a point on the board any way they can. And I'll tell you, there is no one more upset with that trick play miss than Bryson Bloomer.
Ryan Cox, the shortstop, will swing it now. 1 for 2 with the single. Grounded out to Bloomer as last time. Another check on Malachi. Ball scampers away from Skoll. Mitchell going to second. Throw not in time. And that is going to be only the second error on the tour for Jake Skoll. Both of them have come at first base.
Yet Jake Skoll, he's gone away from playing first base for the Party Animals. We saw a lot of starts at first base early on the tour for Skoll, but he's evolved more into a platoon in right and center field for the Party Animals. Now back at first base again. You know, you've got to kind of get your rhythm and your feel for a position, and that one hurts Skoll.
The Animals have gifted the Bananas a golden opportunity. Inning should have been over a couple minutes ago. Instead, the winning run here in the 7th is in scoring position. Mitchell out there is 41 for 43 in his stolen base attempts, and his 48 runs scored is second best on the tour. Only Reese Hampton has touched home plate more.
And we're going to see Malachi likely stay at second base in this situation. You do not want to be thrown out trying to steal third. Either way, you get a single from Ryan Cox. Malachi can score whether he's from third base or second.
1-1 to Coxie. Make it 2-1. Good snag there by Cornett.
Vico, we are over the 5-minute mark in this inning for Tucker Perry. This is the first time in the ballgame tonight we've seen an MPI above 5 minutes.
Would have been sub 3 if Bloomer had made that barehanded snag. And now a 3-1 count, and Perry is 1 ball away from gifting the Bananas the first point of the night. Cox with only 7 sprints on the tour, but only 8 strikeouts. 3-1. It's up, it's a bad one, and the Party Animals absolutely give away the 8th inning. A trick play missed, an error, and a sprint. Ryan Cox has his 8th walk-off of the tour, and the Nanners lead 1-0.
That is a devastating way to lose an inning if you're the Party Animals. It's the trick play miss that hurts more than anything. But for the Bananas, they have caught a break, and now it's up to them and their bullpen likely to try and keep this game in their favor.
As we head to the 8th inning with the Nanners finally drawing blood tonight, we pop up into the broadcast booth for the Bananas Foster program coordinator, Jolie Chabala. Thank you so much for joining us. We heard Emily and Jesse describe what this whole thing is about and why they're doing it. Of course, they have foster children of their own. What is Bananas Foster all about? Let me turn your mic on, Jolie. That would certainly help the situation.
That would definitely help, yeah. So Bananas Foster, our mission is celebrating the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved.
I love it. I love it. So what are we doing at Bananas Foster to make that happen?
Yeah, so the key words in our mission are celebrating, educating, and inspiring. So our programs and what that looks like are all based around celebrating, educating, and inspiring the foster care community. So diving into celebrating, what we're doing is a program called Go Bananas on Game Day, where our fans get not only VIP tickets, but they also get a personalized experience and a behind-the-scenes look that not a lot of people will get ever in Banana Land. So that's our Go Bananas on Game Day program. And then we do also have our Potassium Care Basket program. So what that is it's a basket full of the essentials, right? So there's a gift card for gas, there's a gift card for groceries, a gift card for clothing, food items, activities, also some banana swag. That merch is hard to come by.
Gotta be.
So in that basket, and that gets donated to foster families, especially foster families that are just starting out and maybe don't have their first placement yet. So this basket is really to celebrate them from day one and really hit the ground running and get them prepared for their first placement.
Now, Jolie, how can our fans get involved in Bananas Foster?
Yeah, so there are 4 ways that we're asking our fans to get involved, all of them based around donating, right? And so donating their time and become a volunteer. There are a lot of organizations like Being a CASA, and there are different ways to volunteer and get involved. So volunteer your time, donate your resources and supplies. So donating, there's a lot of foster families that need food, that need sometimes a bed, right?
Sure.
Sometimes it's an extra place for a kid to sleep. So donating your resources, clothing and food and things when you can. Donating also your funds. Bananas Foster is a 501c3, so it is a tax-exempt donation. Donate your funds to really...
Breland taps this to first, and boy, they're going to say that Higgins beat him to the bag. Chris Walker with the call. We will see if the party animals challenge that.
That was a close one.
And it looks like we are, in fact, going to have our first challenge of the night.
Oh, this is awesome.
How about this? What a time to be in the booth, Jolie.
I love this. Fan challenge and the new challenge rule is pretty awesome.
All right. Zach Frangelo and Vincent Chapman are going to hop on the Riedel headsets. Let's do it, Zach. We'll take a look at a replay. Jalen Johnson, thank you so much. He's out.
He's out.
Yes. Clearly out.
Let's give it one more.
Yeah, he's out.
He is out.
Good work, Zach.
Clear out.
Oh my gosh, and I've got a headset stuck in a headset now. Yeah, thanks for the help, Jolie.
Yep.
This is really a predicament I got myself into. Okay, I'm finally freed. The call from Chris Walker is confirmed. Good work, Chris. And that is one away as now Chase Acuff gets into the box. So Breland 0 for 3 on the day. I agree with you, Josh. His last at-bat, trick play missed.
I think it's a trick play missed. And by the way, Biko, worth mentioning here that the party animals have now lost any remaining challenge in this ball game unless we see showdowns tonight. And I will still give the party animals credit. That is the right situation to use your challenge play in a one-point contest this late in a ball game. It's the right situation.
Couldn't agree more. Now Acuff a line out and a fly out. Higgins, the hard-throwing southpaw. About 94 to 97 on the gun. In fact, that one was 96. Previous heater was 95. Coming off of 5 years in the Los Angeles Angels organization. Arizona State for 3 years before that. For the man out of Orefield, Pennsylvania. Still a 1-2 count on Acuff, the party animal shortstop, as Higgins gets back to the bump. So, Jolie, you were saying donating your food, your time, your money, which can be donated to some foster care organizations out there, or Bananas Foster, which will put it in the right spot.
Absolutely. So the donations for money will go directly towards our programs, the POTASSIUM Care Baskets, Go Bananas on Game Day. It'll also help other local nonprofits that are geared towards foster care and celebrating and protecting the foster care environment here in Chatham County and in Georgia. So, that's 3 things. Donate your time, donate your resources, and donating your funds. But finally, the most important one is donating yourself and becoming a foster family.
Nothing better than that.
It's a big ask. Our family tonight, they actually have, after talking with them, they have 5 biological children that were aged out. They are married now, and they have 10 grandchildren, biological grandkids, on top of the 9 foster children that are currently in their home.
It sounds like a big, happy family.
They said Christmases are wild.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Holidays are wild, is what they said. But obviously an amazing family, and we know that the last one is a big ask, and we also know that not everybody can be a foster family and open their homes. So again, there are 4 ways that we ask people to get involved. That's donating your time, donating your resources, donating your money, or donating yourself and become a foster family.
And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, our buzzword to get involved on your shot at a pair of free Hokas tonight is Bananas Foster. Because
Bananas space Foster.
Thank you for clearing that up, Josh.
What
Yes.
an amazing word.
The link is in the description on the video. Sauced it in the comment section. Bill thought that was strike 3. It was certainly below the knees. From my vantage point, 2-2 count now on Swanee, who's 0 for 2 on the evening, a fly out and a ground out. Cut and a miss. Swan goes down swinging. Great 1-2-3 inning for Connor Higgins. The Bananas pitchers continue to shove. 7 innings of 1-run work for Mr. Lewigs. Higgins keeps the party animals off the board, and the Nanners will look to claim 1 more point before we get to the 9th, where every run will count as a point. Need to get another look at the dust-popping heater there at 91 miles an hour. And Higgins getting the strikeout. Jolie Chabala, I cannot thank you enough
Thank you.
for coming up to the booth, and before that, for coming to our organization and being the leader that we needed to make this long dream of Jesse and Emily's come true in Bananas Foster, and helping the foster care community in any way that we can, in our unique ways here in Banana Land.
Absolutely. I just want everybody to know that, they can make a difference in Banana Land. We're not only making wishes come true, but we're also making a difference. And the way that we're going to do that is through Bananas Foster. So.
Another great way to spread joy and fun with the world for folks who deserve it so much. Jolie, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
There goes Jolie Chabala, an insanely incredible addition to our Nanners front office. Boy, are we lucky to have her.
The program coordinator we never knew we needed, but boy, it's awesome.
Yeah, this literally could not have happened without her, so it's really cool to have her on board. You could tell how much she cares about the mission and helping people out, so it is phenomenal. What do you think about that, Jesse?
We love you so much, Banana Nation. Now let's go, Bananas!
Couldn't agree more, boss.
I'm telling you, you just continue to nail those interviews, especially during yellow.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1 tonight, as Split has joined us in the booth. Split, let me be the first, if not, actually, I might not be the first, but let me be one of the people in your life to wish you a happy mascot day today. Yeah, was I the first person, or, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, come on in, buddy. Well, little wetsuit, but it was 85 degrees at first pitch tonight, so completely understandable. Look at this. This is going to be a gift from Gianna, 15-year-old from New York. That is a self-portrait, buddy. Yeah. Split is floored by the generosity and the incredible artistry at that. There's Mr. Electric from the press box down to the field. Stroking that air guitar as Bill Leroy down the third base line and fair. Past the dive of Bryson Bloomer. And that one's going to get caught up in the Party Animals bullpen. 4th double of the tour for Mr. Leroy. He's going to celebrate with his entire team. Well, line dance at second base.
And boy, Bill kind of leading the charge on this line dance, I've got to say. Good-looking boogie from all of the boys. And Biko, how about this? The 4th double of the season for Bill Leroy. This is the first extra base hit that he's gotten in Grayson Stadium on the tour.
A little home cooking for one of the twin princes of Banana Land with his battery mate for 7 frames tonight, Kyle Lewigs, who gives him a tap on the helmet and escapes the field of play. Get another look at Bill wrapping this one just fair down the third baseline. Inning-winning run in scoring position with nobody gone, and Danny Hosley now at the dish.
And just not surprising that you see a great piece of hitting there from Bill Leroy, batting .316 here in Grayson Stadium. And man, he has been the catcher for 14 of the last 15 Bananas games. Just all around solid stuff from the Bananas captain.
He's no slouch on the bags either. He's 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts. Danny with a 2-0 count on him. He's second on this Nanners squad with 13 walk-offs on the tour. And now Tucker is one bad one away from giving the Nanners their second point in as many innings. Hosley 0 for 2 on the night. Couple pop-ups. Certainly has the take sign here. And Tucker yanks it down and away. A double and a sprint. Nanners lead 2 points to nothing. And another dance in as many batters. This one right on home plate. Look at these guys go. They're unstoppable. Here comes the young professor to talk about the 9th inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sound of the bells, it means we're heading into the 9th inning, so it's time to cast your gaze upon the scoreboard. The score sits right now 2-0 Savannah Bananas. But here's the thing about the game of banana ball in the final inning. The final inning, every run counts for a point. That means the party animals have a chance here to come on back and steal one from the Bananas. Alternatively, your boys in yellow, or I should say the boys in the Rompers tonight, have a chance to shut them down. 1, 2, 3 right here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get loud and welcome to the final inning.
Nobody better for the Nanners with a 2-point advantage than Danny Hosley, who has been by far in a tier of his own at the top of the pitcher class here on the 2023 tour.
Danny Hosley has been phenomenal for the Bananas. 1.66 ERA. The tour average, 6.12. Danny Hosley's ERA plus is well over 300 for the Bananas, and he has successfully converted each of his last 7 save opportunities for the boys in yellow. And what's worth noting, Biko, that walk-off for the Bananas in the 8th inning, that is a massive point, with every point counting here in the 9th inning, or should I say every run counting as a point in the 9th inning. The fact that the Bananas now up 2 points instead of just 1 gives them a little room for error here.
It was scoreless through 7 innings tonight, but then the Party Animals gifted the Bananas a point in the 7th on the 2-out trick play missed and subsequent sprint, and then the double and the sprint for Hosley as he picks up his 14th walk-off of the tour, just one behind DMAC for the season high.
I mean, dare I say that this 2-point lead actually gives the Bananas room to breathe like the Rompers?
You could say that, Josh. I think that's perfectly fair, and it's the bottom of the order for the Party Animals trying to feed the top. 9, 10, and 1. As Sam Claycamp is quickly behind 0-2. He is struck out looking and swinging. 2 of the 4 Ks for Mr. Lewiggs on the evening. And he got a taste of the fastball and the 12-6 curve. There's the 12-6 again. Claycamp thought about trying to steal first, but it bounced pretty good back there to Bill.
Yeah, we've seen a couple friendly bounces here in Grayson Stadium. It actually happened to Bryson Bloomer, where he was caught stealing at first base on Thursday night. And if you're Sam Claycamp, you just can't run into an out at this juncture in the ball game.
Especially when you're such a professional hitter. Hasn't tried to steal a base on this year's tour. Hasn't tried to steal first, rather, this year, and that's not going to get the job done either. A mile high and into the mitt of Jackson Olsen for out number 1, who tries to flip it to his compadre on the left side of the inning, or the infield, rather, Ryan Cox, and comes up empty there. It was a 92-mile-an-hour heater from Hosley, who goes fastball, 12-6 curve, and changeup. And now Baber, who has flown out to center, and he also flew out to Danny Hosley his last time when he was playing right field. That was in foul territory, and he crashed into the netting. Star next to that one in my scorebook. Cut and a miss on 91. Bottom of the zone. 1-2 on Baber. And out of Babson Park, Florida. Against the pride of Vienna, Virginia on the mound. And once again, the 12-6 curve bouncing out in front of home plate. That was an excellent stop by Leroy.
Now the Party Animals in the 9th inning this season, as good as an offense that they've been, a team that bats well over 300. They are batting below 200, in fact 192 in the 9th inning. I mean, most of it attributed to Danny Hosley's effectiveness in the big moments for the Bananas.
Payoff pitch to Baber is popped foul and out of play. We'll get another 3-2 offering. Danny is 10 for 11 on his save attempts on the tour, and as Josh said, he has been successful in 7 straight. Cut and a miss! 90 right on the corner. And the Party Animals down to their final out. It's going to be their leadoff hitter and the tour leader in batting average, Mr. Reese Hampton.
Beautiful location here from Danny Hosley. Goes to that outside corner, and if you're Dustin Baber, you cannot be caught looking at a pitch like that. You've just got to go and swing at it, and he unfortunately couldn't get any wood on there. And Biko, we have a massive situation on our hands here. Danny Hosley, he's here in the 9th looking for his 8th straight save. And Reese Hampton not only trying to extend this game for the Party Animals and bring the game-tying point up to the plate, but he's also trying to extend his 25-game hitting streak that is riding on the line right here.
It's the longest hitting streak in Banana Ball history. He's 0 for 2 tonight as he chases the high heater. Thought it was going to be that 12-6 curve. 1-1 count. He had a sprint his first time, came around to score the only run of the evening for the Party Animals. Now ahead 2 balls and a strike. But Reese is a gamer. He'll throw away his streak to get on base anyway with the powerful Jake Skoll waiting on deck, although there's the nasty curveball, and the Animals down to their final strike. Same pitch, different result. Now a full count on Hampton.
Yeah, with the count at 2-2 there, if you're Danny Hosley, you still have room to go with something in the dirt, and of course the breaking ball, no surprise. And this is just a professional at-bat here from Reese Hampton as he fouls off another pitch. We're going to see a 7th here in this plate appearance.
It's a beautiful location for the 90-mile-an-hour heater. Another payoff. Up and in. Vincent Chapman calls it strike 3. That was well up and inside. But the Bananas will take it. Hosley strikes out a pair, has a 1-2-3 ninth. And the Nanners blank the Party Animals 2 points to zilch.